Hello students, in the previous class we have discussed the importance of species diversity to the ecosystem. Now in this class we are going to discuss the loss of biodiversity. It is the loss of biodiversity. So this loss of biodiversity, it is mainly caused by the extinction of species. As the species becoming extinct, it leads to the loss of biodiversity. Then what is exactly the extinction? I told you the loss of biodiversity, it is mainly caused due to the extinction. And extinction is nothing but it is the total elimination or the dying out of species from the earth. If the organisms are completely eliminated or if they are completely died from the earth, it is referred to as extinction. So extinction is nothing but the total elimination or dying out of species from the earth. And I told you species have been compared to the biological wealth. So I have compared the species to the books in the library, that is a species in the ecosystem. So here the biological wealth, it is been declining rapidly. So the number of species every year becoming declining rapidly. What may be the reason? What is the main reason for the increased rate of species extinction? The rate of species extinction mainly increases mainly because of human activities. So for the species extinction or for the loss of biodiversity, the major reason is that the human activities. And you know, as a result of colonization in tropical Pacific islands, so as a result of colonization, here colonization is nothing but the settling or occupying the particular area. So in these tropical Pacific islands, the humans have been colonized or occupied that particular area. So as a result of colonization in the tropical Pacific islands by humans, it led to the extinction of more than 2000 species of birds. More than 2000 species of birds. So here extinction is nothing but the total elimination or dying out of species, and every year the biological wealth will be declining rapidly. The main cause is that it is because of human activities. And as a result of colonization or occupying the particular area in the tropical Pacific islands by humans, it leads to the elimination or extinction of more than 2000 species of birds. And you are all familiar with the IUCN. So this IUCN is nothing but the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. So this IUCN, it maintains a red list which can also be called as Red Data Book. So IUCN, that is International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, it will maintain a red list or a red data book. So what is this red list or red data book? So it is a catalog of taxa which are facing the risk of extinction. You know extinction, it is the total elimination of species. So whatever the organisms which are facing the risk of extinction, so which are being extinct or which are being eliminated from the earth, so such all those organisms will be included or it will be listed in a red list or a red data book. Then this red data book have certain categories. We'll see what are the categories that can be seen in a red data book or a red list. So here this red data book or red list, which mainly contains certain categories like extinct and and second category extinct to wild, extinct to wild, and third category critically endangered, critically endangered, and fourth category endangered, fifth category vulnerable, next category threatened, and next one rare species, and lastly indeterminate species. So these are certain categories which can be seen in the red list. So this red list which will be maintained by the IUCN. So it is also called as red data book. So what are the categories which are listed in the red list or red data book? So they are as follows. It is extinct, extinct to wild, critically endangered, endangered, vulnerable, threatened, rare species and indeterminate species. We'll see what are all these. So here the first one is extinct. So extinct is nothing but, so here the taxon has been completely eliminated or died out from the earth. You know extinction. So here extinct refer to the taxon. You know taxon, it is any rank in the taxonomic hierarchy. In the taxonomic hierarchy, we can consider the species as a taxon, genus as a taxon. So each unit of classification can be considered as a taxon. So here extinct refers to the taxon has been eliminated or died out from the earth. So such species are referred to as extinct. If you want to know the example, see dinosaurs, rhinoceros. So all these are the examples for extinct species because they were completely eliminated from the earth, or we can say they are completely died out from the earth. Such species are referred to as extinct species. And next one, even we can give one more example, dodo. So dodo, we will talk about this dodo later. So it is a flightless bird. That we can discuss in the causes of biodiversity loss. There I will discuss in detail. So here extinct species, you can give example dodo, dinosaurs, rhinoceros, etc. The next one is extinct to wild. Extinct to wild. Here the taxon which is absent in any of its naturally or expected habitats. So certain species or certain taxon which will be absent in the natural habitat like in forest or in wherever we expect in that area, it is completely absent in all those areas, but it can be seen in captivity. Maybe it can be seen in zoos. But in the total natural habitat, we cannot find such organisms, so that is called as extinct to wild. Here the taxon is absent in its natural or expected habitat but can be seen in captivity. Like example, for example, you can give any example. If for example, if you consider the elephant, just for example, if elephant number is declining and in the natural habitat in the forest, in every way, the elephants cannot be seen and only 2 or 3 elephants can be seen in a zoo, which means so it can be considered as extinct to wild. But elephant is not an particular example for this. Just I have taken an example. Here the species or taxon, they are absent in its any of the natural or expected habitat but can be seen in captivity. And next category is critically endangered. So here the taxon is facing the high risk of extinction. So these are about to extinct. They are facing the high risk of extinction and they can be eliminated or they become extincted within a few days or in the immediate future. We cannot say when it will get extinct. So it may be extinct at any moment in the immediate future. It may be eliminated today or it may be eliminated tomorrow. So we cannot guess when it will be extinct or when it will be eliminated. So here they will be facing the high risk of extinction, so that we cannot expect it will be eliminated any moment in the immediate future. That is called as critically endangered. Then endangered. So here they are also facing the high risk of extinction. As they are endangered, they are also facing the threat of extinction in the near future. Now we cannot say that they will be about to extinct, but in the near future these organisms will become extinct. The main reason is that because of decrease in habitat and due to increased or excessive predation and hunting. See, I can give you one best example. If for example, if people hunting the animals continuously, if they are hunting for their purpose, the species will be continued to extinct. As every day the human will going to hunt the species, the organism get killed, so that the species will be declining rapidly. So that is called as endangered. Now they are not extinct, but they will face the problem of extinction in the near future because of decrease in habitat. So decrease in habitat refers to in the forest area, the organisms, the animals they will be widely distributed, they will be moving along its territory. But when we move to the forest, I mean to say, nowadays the forests have been transferred into the croplands, grasslands, even villages can also be seen in the forest. So when we move to the forest, their habitat will be decreasing. The increased forest area, that will be the habitat for the wild animals. When we move to the forest, there the decrease in habitat leads to the species extinction. So why if the area becomes decreasing, or why if the habitat decreases, and why these organisms will be extincted? Because the tropical rainforest or the forest, they will receive large amount of water, sunlight, everything. So water cycle and the ecosystem will be balanced. When the forest area is decreased, at that moment it leads to the extinction of species. So such species are considered as endangered species. Then vulnerable species. So vulnerable species at present their population is sufficient. Presently their population is sufficient, but as days moves on, their population will be declining, or they will be declining mainly because of certain factors. So we don't know exact factors. Due to various factors, the population will going to decline. But at present, the population is sufficient. In the future, the population will be decreasing due to certain factors. It is called as vulnerable. Then threatened species. So these threatened species, they are at low risk of extinction. And therefore we need some attention to become the flourishing species. To increase their population, we need some attention towards those species. But they have low risk of extinction. We need to take care, or we need to give the attention to flourish or to increase their population. Next, rare species. So here rare species is nothing but some species with naturally less number of population. So here we cannot say due to hunting or predation their number is decreased. Here naturally their number is less. So either they are localized or thinly scattered. Certain examples, they will be located somewhere. So in our state one species, in another state one species. Likewise, when they are thinly scattered and their population is very less. As their population is very less, they are always at risk of pest, pathogen, predation, etc. When the number is decreasing, they will be under risk for the pest, pathogen, predators, etc. Then lastly, indeterminate species. So here, indeterminate species, these are the species, they are also at the risk of extinction, but the reason is not known. The reason is not known. So because if the reason is not known, such organisms can be placed here. If we come to know the reason, then those organisms will be included in any of these categories. So all these are very, very important. So red list will comprising all these categories in extinct. If the extinct species, the taxon which will be completely eliminated or died out from the earth. And extinct to wild, they are absent in its natural or expected habitat but can be seen in captivity like zoo. And critically endangered, here they are facing the higher risk of extinction, and they can be extinct or they can be eliminated at any moment in the immediate future. They are endangered, they are also facing the threat of extinction in the near future. In the near future, mainly because of decrease in habitat, continuous predation and hunting. Predation and poaching. Poaching is nothing but hunting. And vulnerable species, presently their population is sufficient, but in the near future their population will be declining due to various factors. And threatened species, they are at a low risk of extinction, and we need to take care or we need to give some attention to flourish the species. And rare species, their population is already very less, so that they will be always at risk of pest, pathogen, predators, etc. So here indeterminate species, the species which are facing the risk of extinction, but the reason is not known. If we come to know the reason, those species can be included in any of these categories. So these are the categories which can be seen in the red list. So next we will see the IUCN. So here IUCN. So there is the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. So the IUCN or Red List, that is published in 2004, which documents that more than 7,084 species of living organisms have become extinct. So I am saying here the IUCN Red List, which is published in 2004, which says that which estimates that there are more than 784 species of living organisms have become extinct. Among that, there are about 338 species of vertebrates. 338 species of vertebrates, 359 species of invertebrates, and 87 species of plants. 87 species of plants have become extinct in the last 500 years. In the last 500 years. So this IUCN Red List, which is published in 2004, which estimates that there are 784 species of living organisms have become extinct, which includes 338 species of vertebrates, 359 species of invertebrates, and 87 species of plants over the last 500 years. And the recent extinctions, some of the examples of a recent extinction, the number of species. So the number is very, very important in this chapter. Please note down the number of species. So as I am talking about the recent extinctions, we will give some examples for the recent extinctions. So which are mainly, as I said, dodo. So dodo, it is the flightless bird from Mauritius of Madagascar. So dodo, it is the recent extinction, which is a flightless bird from Mauritius. And quagga, so it is from Africa. So quagga, which is from Africa, and thylacine from Australia. Thylacine from Australia. Then Steller's sea cow from Russia. And there are 3 subspecies of tiger. Subspecies of tiger, namely Bali, Javan, and Caspian. So these are the recent extinctions. So dodo, which is a flightless bird from Mauritius. Quagga, which is a species of zebra. So quagga, which is a species of zebra, which is from Africa, which got extinction or which got eliminated. Thylacine, so which is from Australia. So you can observe the picture of this thylacine. I will send it in your group. So thylacine, which is from Australia. Then Steller's sea cow, so it is from Russia. Then there are 3 subspecies of tiger. You should remember, they are not the species, they are the 3 subspecies of tiger, namely Bali, Javan, and Caspian. So all these have got eliminated. And in the last 20 years, we witnessed that the disappearance of about 27 species of certain groups, especially amphibians. They are appear to be vulnerable to extinction. So there are 27 species of some groups like amphibians. They appear to be vulnerable to extinction in the last 20 years. And in fact, there are more than 15,500 species of living organisms along the worldwide. They are facing the threat of extinction. So more than 15,500 species of living organisms worldwide, they are facing the threat of extinction. And presently there are about 12% of all birds. 12% of all birds and 23% of all mammals. Then 32% of all amphibians and 31% of all gymnosperms. Gymnosperms are facing the threat of extinction. So at present, there are 12% of all birds, 23% of all mammals, 32% of all amphibians, and 31% of all gymnosperms. They are facing the threat of extinction. But one thing, even before the appearance of humans on the earth, such type of biodiversity loss or such type of species extinction have been happened. But now, what is the status of species extinction? The difference is that in the rates. So, what the current rate of species extinction, it is 100 to 1000 times more than that of the pre-human times. I told you before, pre-human is nothing but before the appearance of human also, the biodiversity loss, species extinction will be happened. But now what the species extinction will be happening, which is estimated that about 100 to 1000 times more than that of the pre-human times. It is mainly because of human activities. So human activities are mainly responsible for the faster rate of species extinction. And ecologists believe that, they warn that if the present trend continues, present trend in the sense, nowadays the species extinction will be taking place more rapidly. If that present trend continues, nearly half of all the species in the world or on the earth, nearly half of all the species on the earth will be wiped out or will be eliminated within the 100 years. So that is what the ecologists, they have warned that if the present trend continues within a short period of time or within 100 years, nearly half of all species will be wiped out or eliminated. Then what exactly happens when there is a loss of biodiversity in a particular region. So the loss of biodiversity in a particular region mainly leads to decline in plant production. As the loss of biodiversity includes plants, animals, everything. So due to loss of biodiversity in a particular region, there will be declining in plant production. So plant production will be declined. And lowered resistance to environmental change. If the biodiversity is very good, they can able to adjust with the changing environmental conditions. Due to less or lowered biodiversity or due to loss of biodiversity, it will show the lowered resistance toward the environmental change. And the negative impact leads to negative impact in the sense whenever the species composition will be decreasing, the ecosystem cannot be balanced. So the negative impact leads to scarcity of water, the pest and the disease occurrence. So it leads to scarcity of water, then pest number will be increased, pest and pathogens will be increased, leads to disease. And finally, the less availability of food. It leads to less availability of food. So these are certain factors which can be seen in the area where there is a loss of biodiversity. So this completes about the loss of biodiversity. So here we have discussed about the IUCN Red List or Red Data Book, what and all the categories which can be seen in Red List that we have discussed, and the number or percentage of species which will become extinct in the near future or already they have been eliminated. So all these examples including their number, it is very, very important. And next is causes for biodiversity loss. Very, very important for your examination. Causes for biodiversity loss. Yeah, what are the causes for biodiversity loss? Till now I told you these many species have become extinct, these many species will become extinct in the near future, everything I told you. So what are the main reasons, main causes for biodiversity loss? So the increased rate of species extinction, it is mainly because of human activities. So human activities are mainly responsible for species extinction, and even there are some major causes for biodiversity loss. There are 4 major causes for biodiversity loss. In that first one is habitat loss and fragmentation. Habitat loss and fragmentation. Second one, overexploitation. Third one, alien species invasion. And fourth one, co-extinction. So these are the 4 major causes for biodiversity loss. So here they are very, very important. So we will take up these causes for biodiversity to the next class. Now we will discuss few objective questions related to today's class. See question number 60. The colonization of tropical Pacific islands by humans is said to have led to the extinction of more than option A 1200 species of native birds, option B 1300 species of native birds, option C 1400 species of native birds, and option D 2000 species of native birds. So due to colonization in tropical Pacific islands by humans, it leads to the extinction of more than 2000 species of birds. So your option D is correct. Next question, 61 question. In the last 500 years, how many species of plants have become extinct from the world? Option A 784, option B 359, option C 338, option D 87. So here they are asking how many species of plants have become extinct. So the plants number is 87. Then question number 62. Bali, Javan and Caspian are the 3 option A species of tiger, Option B, species of cheetah. Option C, species of lion. Option D, subspecies of tiger. So here Bali, Chavan and Caspian, they are the subspecies of tiger. Option D is correct. Next question. The last 20 years alone have witnessed the disappearance of option A 31 species, option B 12 species, option C 27 species, option D 32 species. So here 27 species. Option C is the correct answer. So this completes today's class. Now in the next class we will continue the causes for biodiversity loss. Thank you.